I'm Chris Puckett, and this is MLG Weekly. On this week's journey to the center of the gaming universe, we've got Sensor, the 2011 Call of Duty Black Ops national champion, with his top 3 map positions for Modern Warfare 3. And Halo Pro Naded Skypes in for some Reach tips and tricks. Also on this week's show, we've got a Sony Winter Gaming preview, the winners from 2 of this year's biggest gaming award shows, and a Halo Reach top 10 from this year's national championship. So get your popcorn ready, because the most in-depth coverage of the world of competitive gaming starts right now, here on MLG Weekly. Busan, South Korea played host to the 2011 World Cyber Games Grand Final. The tournament featured competitors representing over 24 countries and tournaments for 15 different titles. The weekend's clear winner was Korea, whose players earned 4 gold medals, 2 silver, and 1 bronze. Poland and China shared a 2-way tie for second place, with the United States finishing 4th. The StarCraft finals came down to Korea's I Am MVP and China's Shigua. MVP took the final series 2-0 to take home the top spot. This is the 10th major title for MVP in the past year, boosting his winnings to over $250,000. In the League of Legends tournament, American team CDE swept Polish team Gameberg 2-0, winning the title. The Counter-Strike bracket was dominated by Polish team again. In the finals, they faced off against Sweden's SK Gaming in a very tight match. SK was able to take 1 set from the Poles, but in the end, Team again came out on top. This is the 6th major title for the team, who've earned 3 WCG titles, 2 ESWC titles, and 1 IEM victory. Although Dota 2 is still in beta, the tournament scene has slowly been gaining momentum. This weekend, the Dota 2 Star Championship was held in Kiev, Ukraine. The competition featured the best European talent, competing for $20,000 in prizes. In the finals, Russian team Retry defeated Ukrainian team Natas Vincir to take the $10,000 first place prize. And finally, Los Angeles, California played host to the most recent bar fight. The event featured a slew of show matches between some of the world's top Marvel vs. Capcom competitors. The main event, featuring Jago against Mike Ross, was a one-sided affair, with Jago taking the set 5-0. Other winners from the card included Justin Wong and Combo Fiend. That wraps it up for this week's Scopeout. Tune in again next week for the most up-to-date, in-depth coverage of the world of competitive gaming. You've got questions, we've got answers. This week, Shibby, Slasher, JP, and Puckett get together to share their infinite wisdom on all things gaming. It is the fact. We take questions from you in the community on Twitter at MLGFAQ, and these experts here will be more than happy to answer. Our first one: how long would you say it takes a new player to break into the StarCraft 2 pro scene if he or she started today? Amazing question. JP, you got an answer?
Months, probably. I mean, go look at Destiny. Destiny plays, 8 hours, 9 hours a day, and he's still kind of not into the upper echelon. I would really consider him a middling player. So it's a lot of work. I mean, it's constant days of 8-10 hours of constant StarCraft.
We got our next question coming right up from Space Chief. How far off do you think we are from seeing MLG and other events in the U.S. in stadium-sized arenas spawn more chairs? Well, as you guys all know, at MLG events, you cannot find a chair anymore in the StarCraft area, in the League of Legends area.
I'm going to say this requires a new stadium. I think sports arenas, that's a little difficult to see. I could see maybe building something else or more of a convention hall type of style still.
Moving on, Sad Zealot is back on the fact. What's up, buddy? He wants to know, do you think the console scene will ever blow up in Europe? Besides FIFA, no console game has really gone big.
Europe is pretty much PC dominated because that's what they've grown up with. So while Europe is really PC focused, especially more so in Eastern Europe, the UK and the Netherlands and France and Germany, a lot of those countries have been going into console. They have their own, they have the European Console League and some events over there to play in Europe. And they get like 40, 50, 60 teams now. The UK being the most out of any of those places. So I think it's actually getting better.
All right, let's go to our next question from Louis Manca. That's his real name. Will MLG sponsor promote Barcrafts next season? I don't think there's any need for us to sponsor Barcraft unless maybe we just send them like a swag bag, pass this out or raffle some stuff off to some awesome people who are in attendance. But promotion, I think that all falls under the same thing. So yes, we will be working with Barcrafts. Big shout out to Marco at Barcraft Montreal. He was working with JP, Mark Turner, Lee Chen, all of the guys here at MLG and myself, getting that set up for the live streaming feed from Providence. And we hope that they continue to run a Barcraft for every single event. And then finally, guys, let's answer this last real question. Gosu.com wants to know, with MLG's amazing growth in 2011, what are some of the big challenges that come with expansion? How does event management scale?
I think it's going to be the year of the spectator more than ever before. I think the players still need to, have some refinement in how they go about things, just like the leagues and the teams and everything. But I think now with live streaming and people coming out to events more than ever in history for North America and Europe, that it's going to be really important that we can show these incredible matches that we've loved and these games that we've loved to watch and play forever to them, our normal audience, and a wider audience at the same time.
Guys, that is it for The Fact today. Thank you so much for watching. For Shibby, Slasher, and JP, I'm Chris Bucket. We'll see you next time. On their way to a stunning win at the 2011 National Championship, Quantic Next Threat ran through the Call of Duty competition. This week, Sensor Skypes into a New York City studio to give us his top 3 map positions for Modern Warfare 3.
One of my favorite weapons is the ACR. Pistols and grenades on this game are pretty much personal preference, but I prefer the Magnum and Semtex. I like to be able to make moves quickly, and both these aid to my style of play. I prefer the proficiency kick so that my gun has the least recoil possible. As for the perk 1 slot, I prefer extreme conditioning because I like to play fast and be up in my enemy team's face. For your perks 2 and 3, it's almost mandatory to use Quick Draw and Dead Silence. Quick Draw allows you to aim down your sights faster and throw grenades quicker. And finally, Dead Silence is the most useful perk in the slot, considering it allows you to move around the map making minimum noise and taking no fall damage when jumping down from high surfaces. Another great gun I recommend to everyone is the G36C with the same loadout as my personal ACR class. It's extremely versatile and is good for mostly every situation you can be placed within a game. This game has a lot of good assault rifles, and the G36C goes hand in hand as my favorite next to the ACR. For players who enjoy doing the dirty work and getting behind enemy lines like myself, I recommend using the UMP. As far as loadouts are concerned, I use the same as I would with my other 2 recommended classes, with the only difference being the proficiency. On submachine guns like the UMP, I feel range brings more versatility to the gun. Alright guys, these are my top 3 favorite vantage points. For Dome CTF, my favorite vantage point is mid-map. When you're in the process of pulling the enemy's dome flag, my favorite power position is the mid-map. All you have to do is post up anywhere in the middle, whether it's on the sandbags, proning next to the wall, or crouching behind the small step-up stairs. The enemy will be coming from the hill, at the cave, or from the right, next to the artillery tank. Hold down your sights and be prepared to rack up the kills, as this is the biggest power position on the map. For lockdown capture the flag, my favorite vantage point is the long haul. If you're given the opportunity to having 4 down while pulling the opposing team's flag under bridge, the other team will spawn at their default located in the back left of the map. The main area the other team will come from is under the gate at the far left, so you can be set up practically anywhere mid-map to cut off the gate. My personal favorite spot is a long haul. I just crouch in the window and hold down my sights, waiting for the enemy to come flying through. Be aware though, because there will most likely be some guys coming from the top building across from you, or cutting from under you. Just make sure you're communicating with your team and you should be able to watch all the cutoffs and get an easy flag cap. Finally, my 3rd favorite vantage point is porta potties on hard hat capture the flag, but it's one of the most, if not most useful spot for cutoffs. When your team is pulling the enemy's flag over towards the tunnel area, you're going to force spawn the other team to the back corner of the map at the wood piles. To block the opposition from getting your flag, have a guy sit behind the porta potty aiming down at wood piles. Make sure you're creative though, changing up your position to watching the cutoff because the other team will react to your move. Hold down this area for as long as you can to secure your team a flag cap. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the NOS Performance Pro Tips. Once again, this is Sensor and I'll catch you later.
The who's who of the video game world descended on Los Angeles, California to celebrate the best gaming titles of the past year with Machinima's Inside Gaming Awards and the Spike Video Game Awards. The clear winner was The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, which snagged Machinima's Game of the Year and Gamer's Choice Awards, as well as VGA's Game of the Year Best RPG, and an award for Studio of the Year to Bethesda, the game's creators.
It's you.
You know her?
It's been a long time.
Portal 2 took home Best Narrative and Most Compelling Actor for Wheatley at the IGAs and cleaned up even more at the VGAs. From the Spike Awards, Portal 2 earned Best Multiplayer, Best PC Game, Best DLC, and awards for Best Performance for its two leading actors, Stephen Merchant as Wheatley and Ellen McLean as GLaDOS.
Ah, brilliant! You made it through. Well done. Okay, follow me. We've still got work to do.
Sneaking under everyone's radar was the hit indie title Bastion, which walked away with 3 IGA awards, including Best Indie Game and Best Downloadable Game. It also took home Best Original Score and Best Song at the VGAs.
Heads or tails, kitty cat.
Batman Arkham City took home Best Animation at the IGAs and Best Action Adventure, Best Xbox 360, and Adapted Video Game at the VGAs. Also at the VGAs, The Legend of Zelda was inducted into the Video Game Hall of Fame. The franchise has been going strong for nearly 20 years, with every game receiving critical acclaim. Additionally, the most recent Zelda game, Skyward Sword, took home the Best Motion Game Award. Other winners from the two ceremonies included Gears of War 3, Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception, and Deus Ex Human Revolution. With an impressive 2011 in the books, it'll be interesting to see how 2012's gaming lineup will stack up next year.
Today, we're going to be joined by MLG Pro player Naded via Skype. Naded, you ready to get into this?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right. So CTF, Sanctuary, 3 flag. Starting off the game, he is going to go ring 1. He's going to actually run into Captain Anarchy here. Let's see. So he picks up the first kill. And now, should he have charged into ring 1 like this at the start of the game after picking up that first kill?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a decent play. You always would like to trade with the rocket guy, especially off the beginning. You don't want the other team getting all the power weapons and spawn trapping you right off the beginning of the game. So I thought that was definitely a good play.
All right, so now he's in their rocks. He sees they're spawning over in the courtyard, but he decides to go back up towards ring 2. Was this a good play?
Yeah, I thought this was a good play since all of his teammates died at snipe side. I probably would have definitely pushed into the rocks a lot earlier to maybe help him out, his teammates out earlier, but I mean, it's definitely working out for him right now. He's staying alive.
All right, so in that situation, what do you do here when somebody jukes you like that?
Yeah, in this situation, you don't really want to be focusing on a guy using a wall. Like if you're just sitting out in the open and the other guy's just hiding behind a pillar and you're just looking at the pillar for 10 seconds, like that's never good. One of his teammates is definitely calling you out and he's gonna come over and pick you off, just like what happened right there.
When is the best time to get aggressive? When you have at least 2 guys dead, 1 dead, 3? What is it?
I mean, for me, I always love being aggressive. No dead, 1 dead, but
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but the safest way to do it is, I mean, if you have numbers, 3 on 4, whatever, you always would want to push when you have numbers.
Should he have stayed alive there, or should he, what went wrong?
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely another good example of just going for a kill and not really focusing on the objective. Like, he could have put shots on that guy. I mean, even before that, he could have definitely pushed up way earlier and gotten to the flag. They had, like, it was a 2-on-4 situation, and they didn't really sprint to the flag to run.
When there's 16 seconds left, or 20 seconds left, what are the keys to this last and final push?
The keys are definitely to set up for the Rockets, which is what the team just did. But it's kind of unfortunate because you just picked up that double, but nobody went to pull the flag, and now the time's running out, and while the game ended, no one could get there.
So, Naded, overall, what would you grade Venom?
I would give Venom a C+. I mean, his shot is definitely above average, I believe, but you always want to play for the win. You always want to go for the objective, and that's probably the most important thing to be doing on a flag game type, and he just didn't do it.
All right. Well, did you see anything that you liked?
Yeah, I definitely loved his shot, his positioning, and his snipe shot was definitely above average, and I mean, the only thing he needs to work on is his flag running.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for us here at the MLG HQ.
Here at The Weekly, we like to give our viewers the most in-depth coverage of the world of competitive gaming. This week, we sent our cameras to Sony's Winter Preview for a look at the hot new game releases of 2012.
My name is Brian Upton. I'm a senior designer with Sony Santa Monica. What we're showing here today is Sorcery. It's a new action-adventure game that's going to be coming out for the PlayStation 3 this spring. It's a Move exclusive, so the entire game is designed to make use of the Move in really interesting and new ways. So what we've done with Sorcery is we've created a new spellcasting system around the Move controller that lets you cast a variety of spells creatively and fluidly and create combos of spells in interesting and new ways that you can use to solve a whole variety of different tactical challenges.
Hi, my name is Harvard Bonin. I'm a senior producer at Sony Santa Monica. Today I'm going to show you a little bit of Starhawk. Here is our multiplayer beta. We've also got a solo campaign that's going to be out next year. Starhawk is the spiritual successor to a game called Warhawk. Came out in 2007 by a studio called Incognito. It's all about the story of Emmett Graves, and he is a rifter that is out on the frontier of space, and he is trying to stake his claim, make sure that the wilds of the West, or the western frontier, all in the galaxy, are really safe for the rest of humankind. So I'm going to go ahead and spawn in. I can move this around. I can land on my enemies and do all sorts of things. This is going to be a 16-player game. In the private beta, we're running 16 players. The full game, and sometime in the public beta, will be up to 32.
My name is Victor Harris. I'm an assistant producer on Uncharted Golden Abyss for the PlayStation Vita. So the Vita now allows you to play on the go, obviously, because now it's a mobile, it's a portable gaming system. But we've also added a lot of new touch features to use the touch functionality, the front and rear touch panels for the Vita, as well as the gyro for the aiming, the gyroscopic aiming. We also utilize the cameras, too, so you can take pictures in-game. The biggest challenge was to make sure we hit that quality bar. Uncharted is a very cinematic experience, and we were very concerned at first that we wouldn't be able to meet that. But once we got the Vita dev kits, we saw that 5-inch OLED screen, and we knew this was going to be perfect for it.
My name's Damien Pinnock, and I'm basically here to show you Wipeout 2048 for the PlayStation Vita. So Wipeout 2048 basically is a brand new game for the PlayStation Vita. We have a lot of different features that are going to be part of Wipeout 2048. One of the features that we're showing that's included with Wipeout 2048 is cross-platform play. What that basically means is that it allows you to play Wipeout HD Fury on your PlayStation Vita against other PlayStation 3 players. It's basically a prequel to the whole Wipeout franchise. We've got 10 new tracks in there. We've got 20 new ships. We've changed the actual track layout in there as well. Yeah, so basically the online is like similar to what you kind of seen before, but we've also added in an online campaign mode. So look out for Wipeout 2048 in the launch window for PlayStation Vita.
So my name is Mike Lunn. I'm the product manager on Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for PlayStation Vita. Today here we have the full console version of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which released a couple weeks, plus a bunch of extra stuff just for the PlayStation Vita exclusively. It's a full 3-on-3 ultimate tag battle between Marvel and Capcom universes. 25 fighters from each side, crazy hyper combo moves, air combos, special attacks, all that kind of craziness. We've got a couple different things you can do with the touchscreen functionality in the Vita version here. One of the most easiest things you can do is by tapping the screen over and over and over. Your character will do a flashy combo, and it's not necessarily a punch, like easy combo. There are some pretty cool bread and butters, as we call them, like our staples, so that even the pro players use it. It'll be pretty impressed to see if you're using it online. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is going to be a launch title for the PS Vita, so look for that on the launch of 2/15.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the MLG Top 10. I'm Chris Puckett, counting down the top 10 plays from our 2011 National Championship. Here we go, getting it started at number 10 with some big pro FFA action. Here's Roy with barely any shield going up against Hysteria. The one-on-one battle, and Roy wins it. Check it out one more time. Roy hitting all 5 of his shots perfectly, dodging the shots from Hysteria, and punishing him for throwing the grenade. Moving on to number 9, we have Enable with a super fast play, takes down Russo, and shuts down Straight Sick with the no-scope for the double kill. Moving on to number 8, we got Prototype from Team Classic showing off the sniper rifle against Believe the Hype. First, he takes down Reliable. Here's the call out, finishes off Snipe Down and getting charged by 2 guys. Prototype hitting the no-scope. Check it out one more time. Taking fire, lines up the no-scope, and takes down Reliable for the second time. Moving on to number 7 now, we got Clutch from Warriors with a perfectly executed charge. Here he is picking up the kill on Russo with the grenades, the double on Chig with the DMR, and a perfectly predicted grenade launcher shot picks up the triple kill. At number 6, we have the Rookie of the Year, Formal, going off in the All-Star game. Check out the start of the game here for Formal. Grabs the sniper, rips Ogre 2 for the double, and looking to the left, he finds a sleeping APG as he picks up a 3rd headshot. At number 5, we have Strongside, also in the All-Star game, representing for the East Coast. Here he is lining up against Walshy. Walshy ducks, and Strongside hits the no-scope with no shield. At number 4, Royal 2, the youngest pro in the game, going to work here against Dynasty. Picks up the double. Dizoxic charges the perfectly lined up shot by Royal 2, picks up the triple as Warriors goes on to win game 2. On to number 3 with Royal 2's teammate, it's Dursky in the championship match against Instinct. Dursky goes off, hitting the quick scope on Pistola and cleaning up the triple as Warriors secure the hill. Moving on to number 2, we got Prototype back in the top 10. This time going up against Warriors, showing off his sniper rifle, takes down the rocket. Dursky goes down for the double, and Prototype charges to the sword, gets the crack shot on Royal 2. 3 members down, going for number 4, hits clutch once in the body, but is taken down too early. And now for the number 1 play of the tournament, it comes from the Providence MVP. Check out Pistola going off against Dynasty in the winner's semifinals. A perfectly executed charge by Pistola takes down Hines. Dizoxic for the double, Formal drops down, and Pistola out DMRs for the triple kill as Instinct storms their way to the 2011 National Championship title. Guys, that's going to do it for this top 10. Make sure to check out more awesome Halo Reach action on MajorLeagueGaming.com. This week, Nexy channels his inner gangster as he takes a stroll down Saints Row for some cheap thrills and loose cannons.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Nexy. Now this week I'm playing Saints Row the Third. It's basically an open world action adventure game where you just run around and cause a bunch of mayhem. You remember the 3rd Street Saints? It's a gang that runs Steelport. And there's so much to do in this game, I just gotta show you. Let's check it out. So the first thing that every player is gonna have to do is create a character. They give you a slew of options and you can basically make anything you want. So let's take a look here. I got a pretty lady. You can adjust her farmer's tan, but this is my favorite part right here. Sex appeal. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, do not tell your parents about this game. I'm gonna crank this baby up. Let's go to 88 sex appeal. My lucky number. Now, yeah, you can run around in Saints Row or do all the side missions or just create a huge massacre, but there's 2 things that I suggest. 1, create a car. You're always going to be passing up new cars. Some cool trucks, some fast motorcycles, whatever your style. Bring it over to the Rim Job Garage and customize the hell out of it. And once you're done customizing your car, unlock the car delivery ability. This will make it so no matter where you are in Steelport, somebody will be there to deliver your car for you. And no matter how you spend your time in Saints Row, you better check out Planet Saints. Look at this. Is that what I think it is? Are you... The official headset of MLG? In a video game? This is crazy. The Astro 840s. Wow. Let me try to show you guys what this game's all about. So I'm riding around my Estrada, doing wheelies. Watch out, Hummer. Oh, taking a side route through the alley. Oh, let's go over here. Oh, let me get my picture taken. Bonus points. I'm famous. Yeah, check me out. And now the mayhem begins. You gotta run and start on this dude. Boom! That jump was amazing. Let's go tear this place up. Boom! And all that jazz. I'm gonna show you guys my favorite weapon, the RC Possessor. Just put your reticle on another car and take control. Then smash it into stuff. Alright, you really want to piss everyone off and get a lot of people after you? Find a choke point. So I'm going to come up to the high ground here. I like this. I got a little choke point, the staircase in front of me. And this car will act like a good barricade. Let me just clear it out real quick. Now nobody will be able to get up here. And I'm going to save my grenades. Because I don't just... There it is. I'm going to make this car blow up. Yeah. Now I can pretty much just sit up here forever, get my wanted level up, and as your notoriety gets up, the cops will get more and more furious. They'll start sending helicopters after you and the SWAT team. But you know what? I've been through way worse. Alright guys, there you have it. Just a little taste of Saints Row the Third. Little did you know, Saints Row is actually the first game I ever picked up on Xbox. So I'm a little biased toward it, but I think it's a lot of fun. Everyone's going to play it just a little bit different, and you can jump into Saints Row and play it however the hell you want. Some people are going to go on running riots, others are going to simply dress up their characters, and then you can even beat the game and check out the storyline. I love it. I'm Nexy. I'll see you next time.
I'm Chris Puckett, and that's it for this week's show. Join us next time when we bring you the most in-depth coverage of the world of competitive gaming.